Ever wondered what lies beneath the surface of marriage and trust? Today we're diving into 10 powerful films that explore the complexities of wife infidelity, from desperate escapes to forbidden passions and dark secrets. Get ready for stories that challenge what betrayal really means. Little Accidents is not just a drama about adultery, but a complex and atmospheric story about people broken by tragedy. The movie unfolds in a mining town rocked by an industrial accident. Among the victims are families whose pain uncovers carefully hidden secrets. The protagonist, the wife of the mine manager, begins an affair with a local worker. There is more desperation than passion in this act of infidelity. This movie subtly explores moral compromise and loneliness within marriage. Visually restrained but emotionally intense, Little Accidents clings to its plausibility. Treason here is not just a plot twist, but a cry of the soul in a world where everyone is hiding something terrible. Leaving is a French drama starring Kristen Scott Thomas as a woman determined to escape the golden cage of a stable but devastating marriage. Everything changes when she meets a simple working man, and passion erupts between them. What begins as a romantic escape quickly turns into a series of devastating decisions, where the price of freedom proves to be frighteningly high. The movie masterfully demonstrates how personal desires can destroy everything: family, status, self-confidence. Catherine Corsini's direction is uncompromising, and the story is brutal but honest. This is not just a movie about adultery, but about what happens when a woman decides to live for real, even if she has to pay a heavy price for it. Pleasure and Martyrdom is a movie that teeters on the edge between art and provocation. It is the story of a woman whose seemingly flawless life begins to crack at the seams after she enters into a dangerous, forbidden relationship. Treason here is not just a betrayal, but a way of breaking the limits of the familiar and discovering dark, repressed desires. The picture is saturated with eroticism, but behind the physicality, there is a deep psychological conflict between duty and passion, morality and inner freedom. The movie is not for everyone. It shocks, raises questions, and does not give ready answers. But if you are looking for more than a typical infidelity drama, Pleasure and Martyrdom is definitely worth watching. In Secret takes us to 19th century Paris, where forbidden passion flares up in the darkest colors. The protagonist, Therese, is a reserved and repressed woman, forcibly married to a sick cousin. When a charismatic lover enters her life, the repressed feelings burst out, and a fatal affair begins. Treason here is not a whim, but an attempt to survive in a stuffy cage of moral standards. The movie, based on Zola's novel, subtly conveys an atmosphere of desperation and desire. Elizabeth Olsen shines as the heroine balancing duty and destructive passion. In Secret is a dark, densely saturated drama in which love becomes a curse rather than salvation. How He Fell in Love is a subtle, almost chamber drama about feelings that come at the wrong time but turn out to be too real to ignore. A young musician and a married woman run into each other by chance, and a romance filled with tenderness, pain, and inner contradictions develops between them. This movie does not build drama on scandal. On the contrary, it immerses the viewer in an intimate atmosphere where infidelity does not look like a loud act of betrayal, but rather an attempt to find intimacy in a world full of alienation. The direction is restrained, the dialogues are honest, and the emotions are deep and true. This is a movie for those who are not looking for sensationalism, but a reflection on love, guilt, and difficult moral choices.
Are you seeing someone else?
The Audition is a psychological drama where the theme of adultery is woven in not directly, but as part of the internal disintegration of the protagonist. Anna, a strict music teacher, is completely absorbed by her student, to whom she pays more attention than her own family. Her obsession gradually crowds out everything else. Her husband, her son, even her common sense. The treason here is not necessarily bodily, but emotional, and arguably far more destructive. The movie is as cold as its visual style, but it is in that coldness that the powerful tension lies. Nina Haas gives a brilliant performance, creating the image of a woman slipping away from reality. The Audition is not just a story of infidelity, but an in-depth exploration of ambition, disappointment, and emotional escapism that leaves behind nothing but emptiness. The Skin of Others is a movie that delicately balances between erotic drama and psychological study. The protagonist, a married woman, unexpectedly gets involved in a sensual game with a young stranger. At first, everything seems like a passing passion, but gradually their connection begins to blur the boundaries between reality and fantasy. Treason is here as a way to quench not only a physical thirst, but also a deeply hidden need to be seen, heard, desired. The movie is built on visual and emotional contrasts. The play of light and shadow emphasizes the heroine's inner conflict. This is a story not about guilt, but about finding oneself in the body of another. The Skin of Others is a meditative and provocative movie that doesn't give simple answers, but definitely touches the senses. The Freshly Cut Grass is one of those movies where infidelity becomes not just a moral choice, but a cry of the soul. The protagonist is a middle-aged woman stuck in a marriage that has long since lost its vibrant feeling. Everything changes when a young gardener bursts into her life. Their connection, impulsive, full of passion and summer madness, seems to bring her back to life. But the film does not romanticize the situation. It shows how a fleeting infatuation can expose an inner emptiness and painfully destroy everything around it. The direction is subtle, almost poetic, and the visual style is filled with metaphors and light sadness. The Freshly Cut Grass is not just a movie about infidelity, but about lost dreams, quiet desperation, and a sudden flash of desire that can save or destroy. The Lost Daughter is a deep and multi-layered drama where the theme of infidelity is intertwined with inner conflicts and maternal experiences. Lita, the heroine of the movie, confronts her own past and dark secrets, including infidelity that has left deep scars. The movie explores not only infidelity as an act of betrayal, but also as a symbol of losing control over one's own life. The story is packed with psychological tension and subtle nuances, and Olivia Colman's performance adds depth and tragedy to the character. The Lost Daughter is not just a story about infidelity, but an exploration of the female psyche, guilt, and the desire to be understood. The movie makes you wonder where the line between love and self-destruction lies. Baby Girl is a thriller from director Helena Rain that doesn't just shock, but makes you think about the boundaries of power, desire, and self-discovery. Nicole Kidman stars as Romy, a successful CEO who enters into a risky relationship with young intern Samuel that jeopardizes her career and family. The movie explores the dynamics of dominance and submission, where the woman becomes an active participant rather than an object. Kidman and Dickinson create compelling chemistry, and Rain's direction balances eroticism with psychological depth. This is not just a story about cheating, but about finding oneself through forbidden desires. The film received critical and audience acclaim, and Kidman was awarded the Volpe Cup for Best Actress at the Venice Film Festival. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the tangled webs of love and betrayal, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more thought-provoking movie recommendations. Which story surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below.